Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do a little bit of an October recap and then a little bit of a November game plan going forward. And I actually for once want to focus a little bit more on my swing trades than my day trades because, let me go to my trading screen here for a second. There's a video I came out with a few days ago, stock patterns to know, the extended 5-minute. One of my favorite ways to trade is front sides and buying the pullbacks and having that continuation and riding the front side as long as possible. Now, last month, October, when we talk about the stats, I already reviewed it and I was thinking about, what I was doing wrong, and I was trading a lot of extended 5-minute patterns. And I made a video about that right here. So if you want to talk or if you want to learn more about what I did wrong last month, and I did this wrong consistently when the market heated up, I was buying 5-minute candles that were way too extended, and I made a video just about that. Therefore, I did want to get that out of the way a little bit and then focus more on swing trades in this video because that's really where we made the bulk of our profits. Now, day trading, I actually had a red October. This was my first red month since 2019 Q4. I think it was like November, and we started the small accounts challenge. That's how long it's been since I had a red month. So it was a little bit of a sad thing. So let me go open the October stats here. And we'll do, that's that's wrong. That's October right here. We'll click apply, and then you will see that I'm up $7,000, and all of that is from swing trading. More than that is from swing trading. And let me zoom out a little bit so we can get all the stats here, and yeah, boom, perfect. So it was a $7,000 profit month, not a bad month. Not to mention all those profits were in my retirement account, my Roth IRA account, so we don't have to pay any taxes on that. That's really, really nice. And luckily, actually, all the losses were, or the big losses were in the day trading account. So that will actually reduce our tax bill a little bit. If anything, that's like the perfect combo if I was going to have a red month. Luckily, it worked out pretty well. Now, with the day trading account specifically, this is where we're down $384. So we made $22,000, but we lost $23,000. Just super, super depressing after a long month where we really put in some work. And let me actually show you guys the calendar on this one, show you guys how close we got to it on day trading. Yeah. Okay, zoomed out. Day trading is selected. Let's go down to October now. And then boom, you can see we started off kind of red in October, and then I had a really nice 9-day green streak, 5, 6, 7, 8, actually 8-day green streak. And then I just started getting really sloppy. The market heated up really good on Thursday. Friday was hot. The whole week it was hot. Actually, Thursday and Friday this week was not so great, but I gave all my trading profits back here. $4.7 thousand roughly, actually a little bit more. It was like $5,000 profit. I was in the green for October. Not that much profit. It was already a shaky month for me. And then just in 1, 2, 3, 4 red days, I gave it all back. And then I made a little bit here to kind of get back a little bit, but it wasn't enough to put me back green on the month. It was just crazy how sloppy I was in this area. And I was taking really, really big size. So before we do move on to the swing trades, let me show you guys some of the sizes I was taking because they were just absolutely insane. For example, largest losing trade, let's open these two. If I scroll down here, look at this, way too big size. This is what I said in my notes. Max cost here, this was a $23.3 thousand size. I was only down 4% on it, but this is just one of those classic trades where I'm buying an extended pullback on the 5-minute. That was right up here on this one. It doesn't have continuation, and I take a loss on it. I'm buying here for the pullback, looking for that breakout continuation, and I stop out, normal loss, but the problem is this is huge size. And the trades I was doing, let's say before this, would be like $10,000. So I'd have a few small green trades, and I would give it all back in just one trade. And that was happening to me over and over and over and over and over again, and it was getting really, really frustrating. So another trade here. This one, I lost 23% on. This was a big one. It was a backside trade, actually, right here, pattern backside. This was kind of silly. I was trading kind of small size, trying to get PHUN after that huge sell-off and then bounce. And I tried to do a little bit of a bounce trade here, and I didn't close this one quick enough. This was a little bit of a silly trade. But ultimately, with my day trading, let me zoom back out here. With my day trading, you could pretty much summarize the whole entire month of me finally being super excited that we have volume. I get too excited, but then I turn into like a deer in the headlights where I don't do any trading. And then finally, when the ticker's, near the high, size, I start FOMOing, or I'm trading now the backside, or I'm trading bad patterns just because I was frozen before. So it was really just like somehow I forgot everything I learned in the last year and a half, more than the year and a half, and just threw it out the window. It's kind of what I felt like last week was. So that's why this week, starting November, I took smaller size, and I'm just trying to get back to the roots of things. And that's why I made this video, because this is really where I lost a lot of money on stock patterns to know the extended 5-minute pattern. One of the things I always say when I'm looking for a front side move, and actually we could talk about, let's say front sides. Let me open that up, and then we could talk about ranging, another setup I look for, and then we could talk about backside very quickly here as well. But when it comes to front side, and that's actually the only one I'm green on, the only strategy I'm green on today. Let's see if I can find a classic front side trade. Yeah, this is kind of like a front side here, BKKT, kind of really choppy of a front side. But what I'm always looking for is actually, and this is going to be kind of hard to see here, but this is an okay example, so I'll talk about it. Yeah, so what I'm usually looking for is a big 5-minute breakout, let's say, and that's exactly what we're having here. If we scroll up, you can see here there's a bit of a 1-minute pullback. So I love those big 5-minute breakouts, 1-minute pullback, get an entry, ride the front side as long as possible. The problem is I wasn't doing that. I would totally sit on my fingers, not trade those 1-minute pullbacks, not trade the good pullbacks that aren't extended yet, and then I would wait and then start trading these kind of later moves, and then kind of FOMO and hold too long, and then all of a sudden get kind of stuck in a ticker that doesn't have continuation anymore, and give back all my profits with way too much size that I was finally doing. So that was really my mistake last month, and specifically the last week of the month. How sad is that? And yeah, profit margin here, 14%. That's really, really bad. My average is over 30%. So I'm doing half as good as I usually do any other month. Total winners actually pretty okay, 68%. That's actually pretty decent. But my risk reward was really all over the place. So here you see my average win, average loss, that's risk reward. So on average, I'm making 1.7% per trade, but I'm giving back more than I'm making per trade. So that's not really good either. One of the trades that really highlights last month is my largest percent loser, and that was with RDBX. This ticker was a tragedy. Let me show you guys what happened here. So this one popped up again, a nice 5-minute breakout. What am I not doing? And I'm not buying the 1-minute pullback for some reason. It runs up here. I'm finally buying the extended pullback on the 5-minute and a triple top. And this ticker flushes down, gets halted, opens up, flushes down again. This was a 20% flush here in total, and then eventually it bounces. And I'm like, what the heck just happened? I had a big 14% loser on this one. Luckily, my position size was a little bit smaller, 7.3%, but I still lose $1,000 on this one. So it was just, my day trading, it was just constantly getting stuck on the wrong side of trades last month, and it was just so frustrating. So this month going forward in November, what I would really like to do is stick to front sides, get in early, get out quick, and especially stop trading it when that 5-minute is really, really extended. Because lately, these stocks, they start and finish before most people even realize it's a gapper. And that was my mistake last month, is just kind of sitting around too long and then just jumping on the stock when it's totally extended and then getting totally destroyed. If I do want to do some scalping, which you can see here with my ranging setup last month, I was red on. The month before that, ranging actually did better on. That's when the stock is stuck between a ceiling and a support zone. It's kind of ranging between the area. If I want to keep doing this, I just got to be very, very scalpy. To me, I think ranging messed me up more than anything. Oftentimes, I would make some money range trading pre-market, but it wasn't a lot. It'd be like maybe 5% based on my average position size. And then I would be kind of annoyed because I was kind of hoping that we get front sides, and then we finally do get a front side, and then I'm no longer trading it because I'm just annoyed. So I think not trading ranging tickers at all might be the best for me. And then we have backside, which also was overall red for me. And backside trading, yeah, just like always, it hasn't been profitable for me. So if I just left out all my backside trading, I would save time, energy, and money. And I think that's, yeah, backside, I'm going to really try to limit that as much as possible. And yeah, actually today I did backside trading and it's a red day. So go figure, go figure. So yeah, I gotta stick to my rules and I gotta stick to what I am talking about here in this video. All right, so let's talk about swing trading here. Let me just close all this other stuff so I don't get distracted. posted. This was really good. 5 trades, actually no, I had 7 trades, one of which is still open, 6 are closed. The closed trades, I won 5 of the ones I closed. I was green on, so that's an 83% win ratio. I had 1 red trade here, and then we could just go through each one really quickly. First one, SoFi, I had a, let's see, a 700 shares at $12,000 cost, so that's the cost of the position. I won 25% on that one. I was up 25% when I sold, and then $3,000 profit. Now with this ticker, and when you scroll down, I always have my notes on this trade, but with this ticker, let me zoom in here a little bit again on this one, and hopefully my face isn't in the way this time. This was the original trade on it before the merger, the SPAC merger, and then I really like the profit we made on this one. The numbers are all skewed because of the SPAC merger. My goal was to always buy this one back and see and wait for another rally to the upside. So that's why I was accumulating here. Now, luckily, I was accumulating with small size because my intention was to just kind of get back in this trade and keep averaging into it until it somehow forms a rounded bottom, and then hopefully you'll have a reversal. I was very bullish on SoFi, and that's exactly what I did. I kept on buying in this area. It had that rounded bottom, eventually had a retest here, pulled back, and then we had that nice rally back higher. Now, I could have probably skipped all this trading and bought on the retest here, but I was an eager beaver with SoFi, so it is what it is. Luckily, we went ahead and took profits at a really good time, and this trade overall was really good. It did end up breaking 22 a little bit, so this was my original profit target zone. So yeah, that one, you know, I didn't do the best execution, or I could have at least bought the pullback and then held for that second move there. But overall, what I was looking for with SoFi was a ticker in a hot space. And right now, a lot of fintechs are in a hot space. I guess you could even call Coinbase a fintech. And that's really what I was looking for. I love that Robinhood IPO'd. There was just a lot of excitement in this space. And I really like the fact that there was a big support zone. So in a way, I was doing a little bit of a dumpster dive. And again, with my YouTube channel, if you guys have not checked it out, I recently talked about Root and XL. These are 2 dumpster dives I'm really excited for. And then another dumpster dive here with BKKT that I did. This has been one of my favorite trading strategies for swing trades lately, because over the summer we had so many tickers that totally sold off. So we got a lot of nice opportunity to buy tickers at the low, which are running up now, especially tickers with a high short interest and a high short float. Indy, let's see, another stock here, small position size, but a big percent winner. Let's go ahead and look at this one. Actually, let me go back here, go back, trade detail page. Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Indy's not so much to talk about. It was a SPAC merger as well. That's why we have this kind of awkward trade entry information. And we had big resistance at $12, and I just kind of closed it out here near the big resistance. It had that break of $12 now at $13.68, so I guess I should have held it. But this was a ticker I wasn't really following anymore. I like the fact that the spotlight was on it originally months back and had good momentum, but for now, I don't know. I just was like, I am not following this ticker anymore. I'd rather put my money in other tickers. So I just went ahead and closed it. And I really don't have any regrets on that one. QS, QuantumScape, you guys all know it. I think my problem with QuantumScape was, look at this position size. It was a $14,000 position size, and I only walked away with 7%. I was up much more than that. I think I was up like north of 20% for a little bit, and I didn't take my profit. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt a little bit on this ticker. And this was another one of those kind of dumpster dives. This one I was waiting for some sort of volume to come back into it to show it was alive, just like we were talking about with SoFi, where I could have bought it after it formed the round and bottom, popped back higher, and then buying the pullback. That's pretty much what I did for QS. I waited for a bottom to come in. I bought that first big green day, bought the pullback here near the big support, and my goal was, you know, to hold to like 35 or so. But when we came to this 30 zone, I should have bought, took profits. This was a really good rally, and then re-entered. Yeah, so that's really where I messed up with QS. This could have been in just 2-3 days a huge winner. I went ahead and held this one for like another 2 weeks, and now it's a little bit higher, but would have been a good one to really just take profits on and then come back to and rebuy. And that's really what I like doing on my swing trading portfolio. Yeah, right now it's at $29. So again, it would have been a good rebuy. But with my swing trade portfolio, because it's my Roth IRA, I don't have to pay taxes on it. So it's a really good portfolio to take profits and rebuy, take profits and rebuy. I mean, nowadays there's no trading fees. And if you're in your IRA, you don't pay taxes. So it's like the best time to manage your positions, because any trading book you will read, the problem with managing positions is it costs too much and the taxes. And nowadays, you don't even have to deal with that anymore. So you could really make a lot of money managing your positions or accumulating on a front side and really letting a big mover run. So let's keep going and let's go back here to coin. Now coin, I actually was red on. I had a massive position size on this. This was actually not really a swing trade. It was in my investment portfolio for quite some time. I bought the DPO, or like right after the DPO. And then I started accumulating on the way down. I had a pretty big position size at one point on this one. Actually, let me show you guys how long I was accumulating coin for. Entry, and then I sold half, and then I bought entry. So we've been buying this one since April, just absolutely so long. And then we sold all of it at $322. Right now, coin is I think at 330. So maybe I could have walked away with a little bit more of a profit, which was kind of my goal. But I don't know. I can't really complain on this one. I'm happy I was green at one point. I was really bullish on this ticker. I was thinking that I could maybe buy this pullback here after I sold, but I did everything a little bit wrong, where I should have sold here, bought this pullback, and then let it run a little bit longer. But right now, I just felt like there was better opportunities for my capitals. Coinbase is a relatively slow moving ticker, and it's only moved about 5% ever since I sold. And we've had some really nice swing trades since I sold. So I don't really regret selling. If anything, I should have cut my losses somewhere in this area much sooner. But yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes with swing trading, I like to give myself a really long horizon and then just kind of see what happens a little bit and have that freedom to accumulate and grow my size how I please. So that's really what I like about swing trading. And again, this is actually a good example on this one. Is look at that round bottom that it eventually came up with. So you could have waited for a pullback on the round bottom. Let's say here, bought this pullback, that would have been around 250. You would have actually, if you didn't take profits here, you would have eventually been red, but then you could have started accumulating back on the front side here. And that would have been a way better way to go about coin for me. So this was my red swing trade for the month. Yeah, a little bit sad there, I guess. Then we had two really nice back-to-back BKKT swing trades, both of which BKKT. Let's see here. First one was a very small size, only like $4.5 thousand, and even made way more money with this one. And then the second one, $15,000 size, made less percentage gains. So let me show you guys how both of these turned out. This was pretty crazy. So BKKT, the original one, I was accumulating all in this area. This was a SPAC merger, and then it pretty much just died out totally for months. And then we had this huge green day, and unfortunately I sold it like $20, and it went up to like, what was it, 60 or so? Absolutely crazy. So on the second one, when we had that big sell-off, I went and started accumulating this one with the intention of having an overnight trade on it, holding it overnight and selling into that first pop. And that's why I sold here in this area. It actually went back to like $40 or $45 at one point. But another just classic example, looking for those big support zones, looking for some sort of round of bottom, looking for confirmation that, a floor is put in of some sort, and there's much more upside potential than downside potential. So two ways to do that is look for what we've been doing with XL and Root. Look for big tickers that have been selling off over 85%, which have bounce potential if it's short interest or news or good fundamentals or something like that. Those tickers have a good chance of building a floor and then having even at worst a dead cat bounce of like 20-30%. Or looking for these hot gappers like BKKT, and then after they sell off 40, 50, 60% from the pre-market highs or the market open highs, wait for them to start consolidating and look for that gap up the next day. That's been a really good move so far. I think that's the best part about having a swing trade portfolio and a day trade portfolio, because they can kind of balance each other out a little bit. And I think this was one of my bigger swing trade months this year, just because I had a lot of swing trades kind of brewing, and then I closed out quite a bit. Now I'm I got a bunch more brewing again, and they shouldn't last as long as some of these swing trades have lasted. But I really like to give myself total leeway. If a swing trade ends up lasting, let's say a month or 2 months or 3 or 6 months, I'm totally fine with that. I always want to be in no rush to have to close a swing trade and, take the money out because I need the money or anything. So I think swing trading in my Roth IRA is really good for that, because I'm already in the mindset that I'm not going to take money out of this account for a really, really long time. And I think that's really helpful when it comes to swing trading, because the worst thing you can do is close a position at a bad time because you need the money. It's happened to me in the past, and it's just a place that I definitely don't want to be again. So going forward for November, I'm definitely going to keep looking for those dumpster dives, and I'm going to be looking for those stocks that had those big moves to the upside and then start consolidating, finding support, because oftentimes those have like a 20, 30, 40% move the next day, either pre-market or at the market open, kind of like a dead cat bounce, or maybe it's going to be a multi-day or multi-week runner. Either way, I really like those a lot, and those are all going to go into my swing trading portfolio. If you guys did want to learn more about my trading strategy or anything I do, obviously YouTube is a great place to do that, or just check out the Discord. This is where I'm always hanging out every single morning. I'm sure most of you guys already know that. And then another thing is, one more zoom in, I have a foundation trading series right here. You can get through it in just a few hours, and that really focuses on my day trading. And before we wrap up, let's quickly look at the insights chart and see how things are going. I'll do the swing trading and the day trading small caps portfolio only, and we are right around $114,000 cumulative profit, and that's actually missing a few months as well. And then if we go to, let's actually go to the month. So here you can see the monthly. The blue is the trading volume, so how many trades I do, I guess, per month right now. Usually it's, day or week or whatever I have selected by grouping. And yeah, this will be that first negative day trading red month. Actually, let's open that day trading. Yeah, boom, there we go. That first negative day trading red month. Oh, so painful. Oh well. The important thing is that if we just remove all the noise from this chart, that we are on a consistent uptrend, and that's what we like to see. So the next goal is going to be that $500,000 of trading profit, and then from there, hopefully we'll be seeing that $1 million really soon. So definitely subscribe if you're not part of the channel already. We'd love to have you part of the community, and we'd love to have you join us on this journey to 500,000 and then $1 million in trading profits. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Easiest way to support the channel. I'll see you guys for the trading day tomorrow. So like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.